Pleiopoca, also known as the Ice Age, is the most recent epoch of the Quaternary period. This covers the time between about 2.6 million and 11,700 years ago. It got its name from the Greek word pleiosios, which means most recent. The Pleistocene Epoch is characterized by repeated ice ages in higher latitudes, but significant regional differences existed. For instance, the southern continents were mostly ice-free. During this epoch, we saw an increase in the average global temperature of around 3 degrees Celsius, which may seem contradicting given that it was an ice age. But yes, it was still much colder than today, and the colder climate caused more precipitation, not only in the form of rain, but also snow. This led to the formation of massive ice sheets in places like North America and Northern Europe. The world during the Pleistocene has been called a world of giants because of the many large mammals that lived at the time, a great deal of which still exist today, like elephants, rhinoceroses, hippopotamus, etc. However, there were also some pretty spectacular megafauna who have since gone extinct. So join us as we travel back in time to discover some of the most terrifying creatures who roamed the Earth during the Pleistocene era. Smilodon, also known as the Saber-Tooth Cat, is one of the most famous prehistoric animals ever discovered. These majestic beasts lived in both North and South America during the Pleistocene and were truly a sight to behold. They were stocky with short legs and a short, thick fur coat. Their heads were huge with enormous saber-like canines that could grow up to 30 centimeters long. Smilodons hunted by ambushing their prey and using their razor-sharp teeth to deliver a fatal blow. While it may sound similar to modern-day cats like tigers or lions, Smilodons were actually more closely related to modern-day cheetahs. And unlike those big cats, they preferred hunting large mammals such as bison and mastodons. Smilodons were such efficient hunters that they played a significant role in shaping the evolution of their prey species, driving them to develop defensive adaptations to protect themselves against these saber-toothed predators. Smilodons were perfectly adapted for their niche, but unfortunately they went extinct towards the end of the Pleistocene Epoch. The exact cause of their extinction is unknown, but it is believed that a combination of factors such as climate change, overhunting by humans, and competition for resources with other predators may have contributed to their demise. American Mastodon. The American mastodon was an iconic mammal of the Pleistocene Epoch, known for its immense size and distinctive features. It belonged to the family Mammotidae, which includes other extinct relatives such as the woolly mammoth and the Jefferson's ground sloth. The American mastodon was a herbivore, and its diet consisted mainly of plants such as leaves, grass, and fruits. Its tusks were used for display and defense, while its large body helped regulate its temperature in cold environments. The American mastodon had a significant impact on the environment as it helped to disperse seeds through its dung, and its trampling of vegetation created openings in the forest canopy, which allowed for the growth of new plants. Towards the end of the Pleistocene Epoch, the American mastodon went extinct, likely due to a combination of factors, including climate change, human hunting, and competition for resources with other herbivores. Dinofelis, also known as the saber-tooth cat, is an extinct genus of felids that lived in Africa and Eurasia during the Pleistocene Epoch. It was first described in 1899 and was named after the Greek word dinos, meaning terrible, and felis, meaning cat. Dinofelis was a large, muscular cat with long canines that resembled sabers. It had a short, thick fur coat and was well adapted for hunting large prey such as deer and bison. Dinofelis was a hypercarnivore, meaning that meat was the primary component of its diet. It likely hunted by using its speed and agility to chase down its prey before delivering a fatal bite with its canines. Dinofelis was an apex predator during its time, but it went extinct towards the end of the Pleistocene Epoch. The exact cause of its extinction is unknown, but it is believed that a combination of factors such as competition with other large predators, changes in prey availability, and perhaps even human hunting may have contributed to its demise. Paranthropus, also known as the robust Australopithecine, is an extinct genus of hominids that lived in Africa during the Pleistocene Epoch. It is part of the larger group of early humans known as the hominins, which also includes the genus Homo sapiens. Paranthropus was characterized by its robust skull and large molars adapted for chewing tough, fibrous plants. It had a sagittal crest on top of the skull for muscle attachment, indicating its powerful chewing muscles. Paranthropus was a biped, meaning it walked upright on two legs, but it had a short stature with a small brain. It likely lived in groups and engaged in activities such as foraging for food and using simple tools. However, there is evidence that suggests that some species of Paranthropus may have coexisted with early humans, such as Homo erectus and Homo sapiens. But it ultimately went extinct during the Pleistocene Epoch. The exact cause of its extinction is unknown, but it is believed that a combination of factors such as competition with other hominins for resources, changes in the environment, and perhaps even predation by large carnivores may have contributed to its demise. Mammothus primigenius, also known as the woolly mammoth, is an extinct species of mammoth that lived during the Pleistocene Epoch in Eurasia and North America. It was first described in 1868 and was named after its woolly fur, which helped it survive in cold climates. The woolly mammoth was a large mammal with a distinctive head and tusks. It had a high forehead, small ears, and a thick layer of fat under its skin to help insulate it from the cold. Its tusks could grow up to 4 meters in length and were used for display, defense, and for digging through snow to find food. Woolly mammoths were herbivores, and their diet consisted mainly of grasses, sedges, and other low-growing plants. They had a significant impact on the environment as their grazing habits helped to shape the vegetation in their habitat. Towards the end of the Pleistocene Epoch, the woolly mammoth went extinct, likely due to a combination of factors including climate change, human hunting, and competition for resources with other herbivores. Hipparion. Hipparion is an extinct genus of horse-like mammals that lived in North America, Europe, and Asia during the Pleistocene Epoch. It was first described in 1856 and was named after the Greek word hipparus, meaning horse-like. Hipparion was a medium-sized mammal with a long face, small ears, and a single toe on each foot. It had a long neck and a relatively small brain. Hippocampuses were herbivores, and their diet consisted mainly of grasses and other vegetation. They were social animals and lived in herds, moving from place to place in search of food. Hipparion played a significant role in the ecosystem as it was a prey animal for large carnivores such as wolves and bears. Towards the end of the Pleistocene Epoch, Hipparion went extinct, likely due to a combination of factors, including climate change, human hunting, and competition for resources with other herbivores. Gomphotherium. Gomphotherium is an extinct genus of proboscidean mammals that lived in North America and Eurasia during the Pleistocene Epoch. It was first described in 1854 and was named after the Greek word gompho, meaning angle, and therion, meaning beast. Gomphotherium was a large mammal with a distinctive skull and tusks. It had a short, wide skull with low, rounded horns on top and 4 tusks that grew from the front of the upper jaw. These tusks were used for display, defense, and for digging up roots and tubers. Gomphotherium was a herbivore, and its diet consisted mainly of plants such as leaves, grass, and fruits. It likely lived in herds and used its tusks to dig for food and defend itself against predators. Gomphotherium had a significant impact on the environment as it helped to disperse seeds through its dung, and its trampling of vegetation created openings in the forest canopy which allowed for the growth of new plants. Towards the end of the Pleistocene Epoch, Gomphotherium went extinct, likely due to a combination of factors including climate change, human hunting, and competition for resources with other herbivores. So what do you think of these amazing creatures? Which one was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends if you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching and see you next time.